Okay. I'm regurgitating. Alright, I've got the camera turned lengthwise because it's the only way I can get it to work doing this video. But this video is for effing hammock. Effing hammock. EFF ING hammock, I believe. Okay, so F, you asked me about doing a video on sharpening these chains with a like a DeWalt grinder, a cordless grinder. That's what I do. I actually learned this from Tater when me and him went traveling out to Oregon together there a couple years back. I had noticed he was using it on Din Din, and I don't know why, I just never thought of it before. I have grinders in my workshops, at my little work trailers, and I have them at the shop, and I would always just take the chains off and, you know, grind them, and I kept a bunch of extra chains. Well, I like this setup because it's convenient. You don't even have to take the chain off. So all this is, F, is a regular, I just got a regular grinding wheel on here, and it works pretty good. On my other grinder down in the Duzan, I do have a one of those pink stones for sharpening on a bench grinder. When they get down too small, I take them off and I save them, and then I throw them on here. The arbor will fit. The only difference is they're a little wider, so you got to make sure you really tighten them up, or they'll fling off of here and you'll lose your arbor and poke your eyes out with the wheel, you know. Okay, so what I did, the only thing I do like to do on these, because they're a concaved wheel, I index them, I flip them over, and I'll show you why in a minute, because I like to flip the grinder over kind of like cattywampus to get the angle you want. I'll show you. It works pretty good. I'll see if I can get this. Alright, so as I was saying, I don't know how this friggin' junk keeps shutting off on me, but I've got the wheel on backwards. See how it's concave the one way? I turn it around that way just so my cutting edge, you can use the backside of them too, but I'll show you why here in a minute, because I flipped the grinder up at cattywampus. Alright, I'm going to try and prop this thing up here. I do the GoPro, but it takes me like 4.5 years to transfer it and upload it, so I'm just going to use the tablet. Try and get it so you guys can see it. But F wanted to know how to do this, and I have pretty good luck with this, I think. I get them to cut pretty good. And it takes a little bit, you know, it's going to take you a little bit to get onto it, but it's just like anything else. It's just like chainsaw filing a chainsaw with a file. It just takes you a while to get so you're good at it, you know. Alright, hopefully that angle will show you what I'm doing. But all I'm doing is following the, you know, just like you would with a chainsaw file, basically. You know, I'll flip the grinder over like this, and be careful pulling on it too, you don't cut your fingers off. I pull on the back side of the teeth. Don't go trying to pull this way, you'll slice yourself to the quick, you know. And you'll be like me, bleed to death. They got me on that damn Plavix. If I do that, I will bleed to death. I'm gonna put my gloves on. It ain't a bad idea to wear gloves either. Even though these are just little thin cotton ones, they're better than nothing. Got a pretty good view up here on the hill. I'll show you guys in a minute. But this doesn't take too long usually. Just look to where you shine them up. That one's shined up, so I'm going to there. So see how I got the grinder and I invert it this way just because it fits better. You know, fits in tighter a little bit. I guess you wouldn't have to. I'll explain the angles to you the best I can here in a minute. But I'm almost done. Usually two adjustments here on the chain, and I usually got it. So get back around to where you started. Well, you can do it this way too. You notice I flip the grinder around. I don't think I noticed that. Just blows the sparks back at you instead of out, you know. So, there's all kinds of ways you can do it. Just a matter of keeping the radius right on the cutter. Try and do my cutting about the middle of the wheel. Now watch your depth. You don't want to get down into the strap. But that's about it. I mean, it's not... so what did it take me? About 5 minutes, 4 minutes or something? Doesn't take a whole lot to get pretty good at it. But... you know, you can see the tooth. They're pretty good. If you bear down, you might burn them a little bit. You can go back and clean them up. But I know on the bench grinder, you know, I got it, I think 25 degrees crossways. In other words, this angle, I think this angle, 25 to 30 degrees. The back, this angle, like coming up the back of the tooth, is supposed to be about 55 degrees, I believe, in that way. You know, 45 would be there, be too deep. About 55 degrees is where you set them on the bench grinder. So you're just trying to duplicate that. If you just get a stock chain and follow the, just like you would with a chainsaw file, just follow the contour, you know, try and get the gullet in it, a little bit of a hook in it, you know. You can see the side teeth there. You know, you can see the hook still. I mean, it looks pretty much, it's pretty close to as I can get it as the original angles and grind on the chain. So that's about all I'm doing. I can pretty much wear a chain out. I break them more than anything. You break them more than you dull them. What happens with this, a lot of reasons why you break a chain. If you get a tree that starts to roll or move on you, and you're not quick enough on getting the bar back, what it'll do, it'll sit down and it'll pull the bar over and catch it down on here. See all these marks? Well, that's what it does. And then it catches the chain link on there and bends the chain link. And sometimes you can just pop the throttle a little bit, you know, pop the trigger, and it'll pop it loose and go back in. But that'll usually booger up a tooth. Sometimes it'll just break it. It'll bend it so far it breaks it. And other times, you know, if it's stuck pretty bad, I won't even bother to try and I'll go over and catch it on something and see if I can pull it out and up a little bit, you know. But that's usually what you do, is break stuff. Unless you stone it, they stay sharp pretty good. In this crummy mud, You know, you get into mud, it's not so good. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just literally 3 or 4 minutes. You get good at it. You can sharpen your chain up, and they'll cut like a raped ape for a while. You know, so. All right, well, I got to get back to work. I'll give you guys a little bit of a view. There's the wood yard down across down there. Oh, there's Trippy on his bike. Poor kid. Got no school to go to and got a brand new motorcycle. Oh, I feel so bad for the kid, you know? But anyway, that's the other wood yard over there. So we're loading it out of this here. Now, if it dries up, I'll load track trailers in here, but as smeary as it is right now, we're just moving it over with the triaxle. So there's Mitchie's cutting some up with Doozy. Mikey's loading up a load of scrag stuff. Take to Dutch mill. So anyway, we're about done. This is the only little bit I got right here. I'm just finishing this up. And then I bought another 15-acre tract over there where all that big shit is. I'm gonna go cut that. I gotta get the contact to the guy tomorrow and a check. And we'll start on that tomorrow. And then I gotta go along the edge of the grade and cut Mr. Rapp's trees. And then I got that other 100-acre piece down here, tornado blown. And I got another one over here to look at for a guy. Got some tornado damage on it. Not sure what all he wants to do. He said, well, I'd clean it up, but if it's only like $500, I'm not interested. And I don't want to cut anything else. And I don't know. I think he thinks he's got a big wad of grade timber in there, but I don't even care about the grade timber. You know, leave it grow. But yeah, cut the junk out of it. It's loaded with junk. Folks don't know what junk is and not, you know. So you explain to them that, you know, that like quaking aspen and pine and stuff like that, it's growing at about 5 cents a board foot. Where you could be growing hardwood at, you know, 35 to 50 cents a board foot. You got to get your junk out of it while someone's here to cut it, because nobody else will ever come along and do this. So, whatever. So, all right, I'm going to get back after it. Talk to you guys later. I'll try and get this up for you. Effie. All right, thanks for the comments, guys. Thanks for the subscriptions and all the great comments and looking out for one another. It's great. So, talk to you later. Love y'all.